Fast Lane Friday. Welcome to my garage. I think of it as anxiety land because I look around at all these beautiful machines that have been neglected and they need maintenance, but thank God this one right here is back on. And this is a 2021 Beta 300RR. And it's essentially still brand new. 60 miles on this bike. It's probably got 6 trail rides. I bought it in 21 and essentially got maybe a couple rides and then put it away. Moved into a new house, did work, life's busy. Couldn't get the bike to start after letting it sit for 2 years. This bike has a carb, so old gas sitting in a carb. Brought it to a good spot locally. They gave it a clean out the carb, put some new fuel in it, and that's really all it needed. And we're back on the trails. I bought this bike as a second dirt bike. The first bike I had was a Kawasaki ZX6R. It was a 4-stroke and I was brand new, never rode a dirt bike, starting in my mid-30s. Buy this Kawasaki because it's cheap to get in the game, going in the woods. It was terrible, I thought, and I was terrible, and all of it was terrible. And I should have had a smaller bike, small little 2-stroke, got used to it. I got some motorcycle experience. Didn't really feel like it transferred in the woods at first. So had this Kawasaki, wasn't loving it, overheating problems for sure. It wasn't made for a woods bike. And all my buddies were getting these 2-strokes and it's like anything, it wears off. You can't not have what all your buddies got, or you gotta do a little bit better. All the lots are always full of KTMs, bright orange bikes. They're beautiful, everyone's got them. The Husqvarnas are beautiful. I like the white, but that's the same bike in my mind, right? It's the same manufacturer, it's the same parts. I see this guy one day in the parking lot with this Beta. He's doing wheelies, it just shows off. It looks like a unicorn, it's special. I said, I'm buying that bike. And I was seeking this one because I wanted the ultimate. I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go all out. I can't even ride this 250, I'm gonna get a faster bike than that anyways. So I see this thing, the advertisements in the magazines, and again, I'm like, this is beautiful. No one's got this bike. It's way sexier than the KTM, the Husqvarna. It's Italian. Of course it's sexier. This guy called me, he said he got a 300R in stock. I bought it, told him to put some nice little mods on it. And this bike is aesthetically like jewelry. You just look at it, love it. If you're in the woods, you gotta go 2-strokes. The whole story of the Beta being independently owned, a family business since over 120 years. Right now, it's like 4th generation. I think the great-grandson owns the company and runs it, and they produce their own engines, their own parts, and that's a story you gotta love. And I got a beautiful Ducati 848 sitting in the garage, and I just can see when you look at that Ducati and just instrumental and the ergonomics, all the machinery of the Italian bikes are far superior than the Japanese bikes or American bikes at that. And the Italians just make it beautiful and in just ways you don't catch on at first, but when it's all put together, it's there, and this thing pops. Nobody could ever look at this bike and say this isn't the prettiest dirt bike out there right now. Something about the European dirt bikes that just were really appealing. I kind of just had in my mind I was gonna buy a gas dirt bike, or then it became the Beta, and I think the Beta is superior than the gas. And this thing, I'm ashamed to say, there's an ECU setting to make it power band or not and keep it controlled, and there's a rain setting right here, right ready to go for you, all right above the gas. You got rain and sun. I keep it in rain because that's all I can handle in these woods. All these little trails I'm going on are like 10 miles an hour. I have put it to the sun on some straightaways and whatnot. This thing's fast. This will get you out of any terrain. There's beyond the amount of power you could ever need. And I essentially bought it because it's so pretty looking. The way it rides in these woods, I had it out yesterday, first time in 2 years. Once you got comfortable, this bike got everything to give to you. So smooth. I feel like the whole motorcycle journey always started with a buddy having it and getting me into it. So right over here, we got 2 bikes, and it was essentially one of my friends was his track bike. And he got me into riding track especially. Jumped out, I ended up buying his bike. He gets into dirt biking, so I ended up buying a dirt bike. They all stopped doing the sports and I'm left with all these motorcycles, not knowing what to do with them. I think I might do another track day still. I'm not joking. I'm gonna oil that suit up. I'm gonna get my body in better shape, and maybe down the road, gotta get these bikes new tires, fluids, see a couple track days down the road. I got in the dirt bikes because they were riding dirt and it seemed like an awesome time, and it's easy to get talked into buying something that looks like this. And so I ended up buying that first Kawasaki 100% due to peer pressure and trying to just keep up with your buddies. You know, you don't want to be sparing out on any fun that they're having. So it's a hard sport though, loading up, spending the time. But yesterday I left the house at 6:30 in the morning. I got home at 11:30. I went out to beautiful state forest, big trails, and I was by myself this time. I was sure I got lost. I did a quick 6 miles. When I say quick, it was torturous. I was getting thrown around like those mechanical bull rides in the bar. It 100% felt like that, just abusing me, and I deserve it and liked it, and like feeling tremendously sore the next day. Here we are, and splashing through puddles. This thing was dirty. It was 100% dirty, and gave it a good, quick little clean, and that's kind of the fun part of it, you know. Take a clean bike, whip it through the woods, go through the swamps, go through the big puddles, go home, foam it up, bring it in the garage, get the polishing spray out. Maybe you get some time in, do it in different times, get the wheels all detailed just to get it filthy, hopefully again the next weekend. That's really the appeal. It's a process, and all of it, it's good fun, and I love it. I started riding bikes late in life, 25 years old, never rode a motorcycle ever before, never ride a dirt bike before, and I bought a ZX6R and had to have my buddy ride it home. And I remember being on a side street down here, clenched as tight as I could, every muscle flexed, going 15 miles an hour with cars waiting to pass me as I first bought this bike. Took a motorcycle training course, 2 days. They give you the license. It's ridiculous. I told them what my plan was, to go buy this beautiful ZX6R, brand new low mileage bike, and they thought I was crazy, but it was the bike I was gonna buy, 100% Kawasaki, bleed green still. So I had an '09. Fast forward, my buddy who got me into bikes had an '09 track bike. This sucker, I got the body work over there because I dumped it going 30 miles an hour on the track because it's got some hard old Dunlop tires, and this was probably 4 years ago. But beautiful track bike, Shark Skins ZX6R, full Acropovic titanium exhaust, full Olin suspension, front and back, quick shifter, Brembos. This bike is ready to whip on the track. Probably 350 pounds, 340 pounds, all the lights, the horns off. This bike is only track focused, and it's an '09 and it needs maintenance, like everything, right? So I would love one day to drop this off, get the shocks taken out, re-oiled, new tires, all new fluids, maybe one day. Same with this Ducati. I would love to get some fresh Pirellis on it. I think Pirellis are the best choice for these Ducatis. Fresh fluids, the oil is probably 4 years old, 5 years old. These tires are from 2012, but if you get a close-up on these tires, show what I'm working with. A little skin left of the meat of the tire, but this was on the track. I love tracking this bike, and this is a dead bone stock 848 minus some slip-on Termagani exhausts and a couple little accessories, but this 848 is so well built and so smooth, and I love putting this on the track. And I could only imagine if I put some nice new suspension parts on this, new shocks and front struts there, what it could do. Full suspension replacement, you know. I still think I'm gonna do that. I would never wanna sell this bike. I don't wanna sell that, but I might sell that. Don't wanna sell that. You wanna buy it?